The NBA draft brings out the usual content with the draft steals, mock draft type of videos. And I can't even lie, I've made these videos as well. But the one type of video that I don't see often is the one where it talks about the riskiest players in the NBA draft. We've had a player like this in nearly every year. They're the most hyped up, talked about, and riskiest prospects. Such an example can be Marquise Chris. Chris was able to fix his NBA career with the Warriors after having a rocky first couple of years in the NBA, but it's these types of players that intrigue me the most. They have the most potential in the draft, but they also have the biggest bust potential. And in this year, I can look no further than Jaden McDaniels from Washington University being the biggest wildcard in this year's draft. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you guys like this type of content, please subscribe. We're on the grind to 1500 subs, but anyways, getting back to the topic at hand. For the season, McDaniels averaged 13 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists per game on 40% shooting from the field and 33.9% shooting from 3 on 4.1 attempts per game. When watching Jaden, it's clear why so many NBA fans and scouts are so excited about McDaniels' upside. McDaniels being 6'10", and the way he's able to move with the ball in his hands is just majestic at times. Whether it's him being able to use a crossover move to be able to do a pull-up jumper, him doing a behind the back to drive in, or just him honestly being able to use his unique frame, length, and ability to dribble compared to his size to get into the lane, it's clear that the way that McDaniels wants to play will get plenty of interest from many NBA teams due to how the NBA is verging towards having more and more of these types of athletic forwards who can dribble the ball very well. And probably the best thing that comes with McDaniels' handle is that it allows him to potentially become a 3-level scorer. What I mean here is that McDaniels, because of his handle, can use it to drive in and score either a layup or do a floater. He can use his handle to come into the mid-range area to get a jumper. And then he can use it to set himself up on a 3-point size up or even just shoot over his opponent due to his large height. The potential for McDaniels on the offensive end is unlimited. With this being said, McDaniels has his weaknesses. If he didn't, he'd easily be a top 3 pick in this year's draft. The biggest red glare, in my opinion, is that McDaniels lacks any type of strength. As you can tell in the clips, McDaniels, and I say this with no offense intended, looks like a stick. Just keep in mind, Brandon Ingram, who was roasted and criticized for the lack of weight and muscle he had before coming into the league, weighed more than McDaniels when entering the draft. Ingram was 190 pounds and McDaniels is 184. Now Ingram was able to add a significant amount of muscle to his frame this year, and it showed with his improved play on the Pelicans. But adding muscle to one's frame is much harder than actually said. I remember Thon Maker's weaknesses was that he needed to add some muscle to his frame, and throughout the years he just hasn't been able to do that yet. And the biggest cause for concern with the lack of strength is that, for instance, when McDaniels drives into the rim, he's going to need to handle the physicality of it, and currently he wouldn't be able to do that. The second notable weakness that I'm going to mention, because he does have other weaknesses such as his shooting percentages or his ability to defend, but these are easily fixable when being compared to how Jaden is just extremely raw right now. What I mean is that Jaden has all the physical tools to honestly become a superstar in this league, but he doesn't exactly know how to use it, if that makes sense. For instance, he decides to drive into a crowded paint when he easily could have just done a jumper over a guard. Or he doesn't know to pass out immediately following a double team. McDaniels, since he is a very raw prospect, needs to go to the right team. He can't go to a team where they're known for being dysfunctional. If that happens, we're most likely going to have another Marquise Chris situation happening again. To get the best out of McDaniels, he needs to go to a team that has been known to be able to develop raw prospects. They are patient with him, and they don't expect much from the start. McDaniels can either become the next star in this league, or he can become that next 6'10" floor that is able to shoot threes off the bench. It's honestly just up to the team that selects him in the upcoming draft. Let's see what happens. Until next time, peace.